like filming a sit-down video today, so I hope you like my set. I tried. So, hi everyone, my name is Anna. I'm a fiction writer who sometimes makes videos. The video we're doing today is the authortube Pay It Forward tag, and I'm so excited to do this. And this was a tag that was revived by Meredith Phillips Wrights. She was the first channel that I saw it on, and then I was tagged by Leah Rummel, who is just, I love her videos. She's the sweetest, cutest. I love her humor. I love her vlogs. And I just love watching her progress. Thank you so much, Leah, for tagging me. That was so sweet. I love Leah. You should definitely check out her channel if you're not already subscribed. One of my favorite videos that Leah ever made was a video she did where she did book recommendations based on songs that she wrote in middle school. And just kind of like lightly roasting herself, and it was so funny, but her book recommendations were actually like so well matched to the song lyrics. It was just like such an original, creative and funny video. So love Leah. Thank you so much for tagging me. But basically the idea of the tag is just to shout out other people in the community that lift your spirits and that you would love for other people to watch. I'm a tiny channel. I'm sure all the people that I am going to mention you've probably already heard of because our community is quite small, but maybe if I don't introduce you to anyone, maybe I can just show them how grateful I am for their content and say a little thank you and send a little like virtual warm hug to those people. I do have so many like warm and fuzzy feelings about authortube, and I really don't think that there's anywhere else on YouTube quite like it. The way that we feel so connected to each other, always seeing people shouting each other out in their videos or saying like, I got this idea because I watched so-and-so say something and that sparked an idea for me. Even just all the live streams and the way that everyone just shares space with each other. So yeah, this is my little love letter to authortube from a tiny authortuber. Alright, so first question is, name a channel that made you consider something you might not have considered before. For this one I have to shout out some channels that I'm sure you know, but they are Heartbreathings, The Courtney Project, and Bethany Atazadeh. And these three ladies are so kick-ass. I just admire them so much. When I really started watching authortube in 2017, I did not know anything about self-publishing. I still had a very antiquated, outdated idea of self-publishing in my mind. If you wanted to self-publish, you would have to like buy hundreds of books and put them in your garage and figure out how to sell them yourself. And nowadays, print on demand, self-publishing, you know, Kindle Direct, everything, it's just a completely different game. Watching videos from those three ladies has been so informative about, you know, teaching me what a self-publishing career could be if you really worked your ass off like those three people do. And I don't necessarily know what I'm going to do with my writing in the future, but I have learned so much from watching them. They just really showed me that traditional publishing is not the only path, it's not the only way to get your work out there. There are so many different things you can do to make that a successful endeavor. So they've given me so much more to consider, you know, further down the line when this draft is something worth sharing. But so the second question is, tell us about a time that a channel made you laugh, preferably to the point of tears. And I knew immediately who I was going to shout out for this, and I'm sure anyone who's watching this is not going to be the least bit surprised, but I have to give this question to the Troublemakers. Their live streams are like a straight injection of serotonin. I can't even describe how much I've laughed, and laughed with tears in my eyes because of their live streams. Looking back on it, so they just had their 6-month anniversary, so they've been streaming every week for 6 months, and their live streams happening parallel to lockdown, and you know, started watching them when we were in quarantine in Massachusetts, and I just can't really tell them what it meant to have like 2 or 3 hours where I was just going to laugh. We're all in lockdown and we can't see our friends, and being on the live streams with them or having them up while I was at work so often felt like those times where you're hanging out with your friends and someone starts laughing and then the other one starts laughing and then everyone's laughing and you can't contain it anymore. And it just made me feel like I was sitting in a room with friends, and in 2020 that was so needed. So huge shout out to them. And I also want to shout out Edward from Edweird World, because he also just really tickles me and I love his sense of humor. He's just a great guy, so go check him out too. Alright, number 3, name a channel that has worked to help you in your platform. It feels weird saying platform. For this one, I definitely have to shout out Meredith. She put out an iMovie tips and tricks video for her newsletter subscribers, and I was like, oh, well, I don't know anything about editing, so I'm going to watch this, and there was a trick in there about copying your color correction from clip to clip, and I was like, Meredith doesn't even know how much time she saved me by teaching me that tip, so thank you, Meredith. But even just besides like that little tip, Meredith has so much content on her channel about finding your motivation, giving space for your feelings as a writer, and I think she's just one of the most encouraging people on here that I love to watch. If you are, plugging away at YouTube or a draft, you should definitely be watching Meredith. Okay, next one is number 4, a channel that made you feel welcome in the AuthorTube community. I knew immediately who I had to say for this one, and this has to be like a huge virtual hug to Hudson. She's just an absolute gem, you guys. My first video I ever posted was a camp vlog from last July. That was literally my first video, and she commented on it, and her comment just made my day. And just ever since then, she was like my biggest cheerleader. Anytime I was in a live stream, she would point me out and be like, go follow this girl. And I was like, oh my god, like I don't deserve this. Anytime after that, when I would post a new video, I could always, find a comment from Hudson cheering me on and telling me that she valued my content and loved what I was doing. And whenever I felt doubtful, like why am I really doing this, I would always think, well, Hudson will probably like it. And sometimes I would just make videos thinking about just posting it for Hudson, and that would be completely fine for me if no one else watched it and only Hudson did. That would be enough for me. Her comments and her cheerleading just meant so much to me, so thank you, Hudson. You're an absolute star. And I'm sure all of you are already watching her videos too, but if you're not, you are absolutely missing out on one of the most unique people creating videos on this platform. Her videos are such a comfort watch for me, honestly, and inspire me hugely as far as the kind of like vlogs and content that I want to make. She just makes absolutely stunning stuff, so obviously you're watching her, but if you're not, please do. Okay, number 5. This one is going to be tough because it is a channel that made you smile, warmed your heart, or a time that they brightened a bad day. And you guys, I could say everybody. I honestly could. I watched so many channels that have given me so much comfort in this weird, strange year, and just really immersing myself in AuthorTube has been the best distraction I could have asked for. So literally everyone who made a video that I watched, you could get a hug from me for that, because I really appreciate it. There are so many people I want to shout out, so rather than picking just one person, I'm gonna go a little like rapid fire. So here's some of my favorite AuthorTube moments that really warmed my heart. Moon Petrie and her cutest baby of all time. Gosh, that baby is just so cute. Anytime Meredith took the camera down on her floor to show her little bunnies nibbling on a piece of lettuce. Anytime Bree left me such a kind comment. That girl is the queen of comments. She's so thoughtful and thorough, and I just appreciate her so much. Anytime Caitlin made a cozy drink recipe. Every time I watch one of Violet's camp vlogs and she does her Camp NaNoWriMo dance intro. The time that Tash stayed up all day, finished her first draft, and let us watch her type the words "the end." The time that Diane finished her first draft and danced around her apartment. That literally just broke me out in a huge grin. When Miranda actually schooled us all and got out her corkboard and did the strings and the murder board. Yeah! And most of all, it just really warmed my heart to see the way the community celebrated when Lainey and Lindsay got their agents and Liselle and Alexa got their new book deals. It's so much fun to see everyone succeeding, getting their wins, growing, whether you're a small channel or a big channel. I think there's so much to gain from being here, and we can cheer for each other and build each other up. Okay, and the last question, number 6, name a brand new AuthorTube channel. So I do love to go and watch AuthorTube newbie tags from time to time, so that's how I found this channel. Her name is Claire Elliott, and her channel is Author.Elliot. And the video I found of hers was on her work in progress, kind of like an update on her draft and where she was going to go from there. And I won't tell you her premise because you should go watch the video, but oh my gosh, her idea is so cool. Such a cool twist on a classic. I think anyone who is a classics reader would really love that idea. And in that video, she also talked about how she soon is going to have the opportunity to have a little chat with an agent to kind of get feedback on her query, on her story, and she's going to make a video about how that went and what that feedback was like. So definitely go check out Claire if you have not already. That is it from me. This was just a quick little video just to really spread my love. If you don't already know these channels, hopefully you will go check them out. And please feel free to do this tag if you're watching it. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you liked this short little video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!